happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life Podcast, where I am your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. Here at Modify Your Life, we talk about modify your life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. And today, once again, the co-hostess with the mostest, Mrs. starting to track it, but doesn't stop snacking it.
Nope, never.
The one that brought the views from the tears, but never brought the tears back and never got the views.
I don't know. Make me cry.
Miss Foops.
Wait, stop. Just kidding.
What's up? What are we doing? You got this podcast stuff set up. You got me here on this thingamajigger bobber. What are we doing? What did we do last week?
We did a lot last week, actually.
Did we?
Which you didn't really soak up, which I'm a little pissed about.
Is that what we're talking about today?
Yeah.
You never prepare me for anything. You just kind of
I
tell
don't.
me what I'm doing. Like, I feel like you're my manager 95% of the time, and then you're my girlfriend like 5% of the time.
Yeah.
But you take 100% of my money.
Actually,
how that works
let's
out.
give a couple minutes of updates. We did a 5K, which I want to get more in depth in a second. We did our first official hike back since losing weight, because when we first started dating, we did a couple hikes when we're trying to be health is wealth. And then also, I want to give one more update. I have my first official online hater. I'm so proud of that.
Oh, let's go. You're not used to that. I'm used to it. You're not.
Yeah,
She told me
I've been
I
losing
got a
so much
DM.
sleep over it.
In my DMs, there's a requested, and then there's a hidden request. So all you people end up in there. I don't know what you guys do on social media to end up in there, but you end up in there. Usually bots are in there, but this girl was like, she commented only on the things that, like, really negative on like a lot of different things. Like, you should be eating sugar free, but she's overweight. I've seen that. She's overweight. I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is what she learned, whatever. But then, like, I get down to like the last DM, and then she's like, you better, what did she say? I don't have my phone with me. She's like, you better watch that girl with your money, because it's all fun and games, but she's just there for your money. And honestly, she's not even that cute. You could do better. It's like, and maybe she had a good attitude, she'd be cute, but she needs a better attitude. I'm like, get her, sis.
But she still said not that cute, so meaning I'm still cute.
Very true.
But thanks for the shout out.
Well, what is
girl.
she, like, what kind of cute? Are you like a Barstow 4 cute? What? I don't know. What does she mean? Is like 4.2 cute?
Like out of 10, what are we talking?
Out of 10? Yeah, like, what is it? Like, what's the cute? What's the cute scale?
This was the first time someone, not as a joke,
No, she was serious.
come for me about being a gold digger. I was like, dang.
Yeah, because everyone else that supports your gold digging ass. Mm-hmm.
I
Everyone
was like,
supports it.
dang, someone's finally opening up your eyes.
Look it. Guys out there, don't be blind like me. Learn from my mistakes.
Or what about that one person that, like, a card reader that hit you up and said that there's a woman in your
There's
life?
a woman in my life that shouldn't be there. I've been getting all the flags.
Yeah.
I've been getting all the red flags thrown at me. I'm just not paying attention to them, I guess.
Dang.
My mom's told me.
Oh.
My best friend Caesar's told me.
No, he don't count.
First off, that's my boy. Anyways. So don't be like me, people. Learn from my mistakes.
See all the red flags?
If you've already learned from my mistakes of becoming morbidly obese or I couldn't wipe my ass, you should probably learn on my relationship, but take my relationship mistakes too.
Oh, there's one more update, which he's not very happy about, is that we have a financial advisor.
Oh my gosh, man. Like, look it. I built discipline in my life, okay? I built discipline in my life, and I've worked on a lot of things. I became better in a lot of different things, but I'm still in the middle. You guys are still in the middle watching me grow into, the next better version of myself. Well, finances is one of them. And I'm a very strong believer when people say this because now I've lived it. So learn from me. You're bad without it. You're equally bad with it. And that is 100% me. Like, I just out here thinking I'm out here hood rich, out here thinking I'm a rapper or something. Just got to make a little bit of money. And that's such like the lazy peasant broke mentality. Is just like, what am I even doing with my life? But I did have talked to a couple people, and they did let me know that, hey, like I did this for years. You've done this for like 16 months, and you caught it. So, but yeah, I got a financial advisor. We got GC the coach. Shout out to GC the coach. He'll be out here in a couple, or be on here in a couple of weeks, working on the credit. Mine and Frankie's. You know, you're just watching.
And we have our tax guy.
You're just watching me just fix a whole life of fuck ups, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like IRS stuff coming up. But you know.
But she did say you're not in that bad of shape.
Well, yeah, health wise, but financially,
no, I'm
screwed.
saying financially. No, she said that she expected way.
Oh
worse.
yeah, she did. Yeah, no, we did a lot. We paid off a lot since January of this year. We've paid over $20,000 of debt off.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that's $20,000 of debt, like from back on my Camaro days. I haven't drove my Camaro since 2019.
Yeah, but we did sleep on working with her because I've actually known her for about maybe just a year or two less than what I've known you. So about 10 years. So she's known AJ for a long time. And the funny thing is we had our first official meeting. And she said, I honestly knew you were always going to make it, but I always thought it was going to be by accident.
Bro, I was like, thank you, I guess. Like, she's like, I always knew I had faith in you were going to make it, but I just thought it was going to be by accident.
So I thought you're just going to end up on a reality TV show.
How do you slip and fall in success? like one day, like they're like, hey, you're fat, you're funny, you're on our TV show Netflix.
Well,
like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I don't think I'll be here right now. At the rate I was going.
I mean, she was still rooting for you.
She was. I mean, but I thought you were going to make it on act. Well, thanks. Thanks, my financial advisor. I appreciate you. She did say give me the okay to buy a new gun, though.
Yeah.
So
but
I
she
do
said you have to do a couple things this week before you earn it.
You know, I'm paying someone to teach me how to be an adult.
You're paying her to tell you can't spend your own money in certain things.
But you know what? People pay me to tell them not to eat this when they know they shouldn't eat it. So it's
so we're on the right path.
You're on the right path. You know, hey, I tell my online clients I believe in having coaches. I believe in having people. Then she's very intelligent with her money, and I would trust her with my money and in my financial future. So Modified Frankie, I don't. So I got to pay someone to do. Now, actually, you're not as bad. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm bad. But you know what I think it stems from? It stems from still kind of having a chip on my shoulder from all those years of being overweight, and it's something that I'm working through. But then again, too, I also do buy things because it makes me happy. Like, I don't post half the stuff I pay for. I buy.
True. And then you do also spend a large amount of what's earned on things that can potentially make us more money, whether it be equipment or a new certificate for what like your business, stuff like that.
We got new lightings. Can you guys tell we got new lighting? We got new lightings in here. Mm-hmm. We got Big John manning the camera. So Big John is now officially a worker for me, eating snacks. So if you're chewing in the background, he's over here eating popcorn.
Also, he's a bird whisperer.
This guy, Big John, is something special, bro. I hop on Instagram, right? This is why I need to watch you. That's why you guys need to really watch who you follow. Like, this is because you got to pay attention to who you let take your piece. I'm going on, and he's like, I'm on there. I scrolling through stuff, and I see Big John, and I'm thinking like, what's up, everybody? You know, today I'm out, whatever he does, right? And then he's all, hey guys, look I'm talking to a bird, and I'm like, first off, I didn't even hear a bird, and I just commented. I was like, hey, bro, you're something special.
So you're like scrolling through your stories. It's like self-development, a bird.
No. Talking to a bird. So
that stole your piece today?
Yeah, that stole I blocked him. It's awkward that I blocked him and he lives with me, but I blocked him.
Okay.
I blocked him. I don't care.
I can't remember. I saw the video and I'm like, what is... He lost it. EDC started a little too early. Candy favors too early.
I blocked him. I was like, you know what? I'm fighting this fucking depression. I refuse to watch someone that is crazier than me talking to a fucking bird. All right,
he touched too much grass. He's one with her.
Like, am I the only person that like has people in their life like this? Like, people watch him, but I live with him. Like, they say like you are who you hang out with, and it's honestly, I think I was gonna talk to him and tell him we probably should be friends.
Have you ever thought about communicating with the bird?
No. And like the worst fucking thing about Big John is that he thought he was really communicating with the bird. Like, the bird,
it wasn't for content.
Like He was talking to a bird. Like, I just don't know how to like first off, like, were you
Wait.
just whistling?
The conversation,
And it
like,
just-
what was
what'd
the
you guys talk
conversation
about? What'd you even talk to the bird about? You talked about what? Just about the whole bunch of nothing. This is what goes on in your brain. That was like Big John's two brain cells working with each other that day. Oh my God. You know, I think Big John needs a mic. I think you need to invest into another mic. So yeah.
Take flight, big dog.
The bird took. The bird. He said, "All right, later, chirp, chirp." Oh my God, I hate my life. Honestly,
We need a new roommate.
I need a new daughter.
We could buy him a cage.
He's lost. Is it too late to put him up for adoption? Is it too late?
He's tampered already.
He's tampered.
Yeah, blonde hair.
Blonde hair don't care, baby.
Yeah.
What do we get into?
Actually, let's.
I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. I'm sorry.
Initially, I really wanted to talk about our 5K, and since you've been hurt from your shoulder, like we had two completely different experiences going into the 5K, and I want to talk about mine, and then I want you to talk about like where your headspace was at.
Okay.
So for me, I didn't expect it to be a big deal. Like I know, okay, I've never done a 5K, never considered it. It was never like in my thought to ever even entertain it, right?
5K as in what?
To do a 5K. Like it was never a thought for me.
Oh, okay. Because I was saying
Ever.
you would eat 5K calories for sure, but the run at 5K.
Racket, yeah.
My bad. I don't know if we're talking about calories or running right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, anyway, so honestly, I was like, let's do it for the aesthetic. It's cute.
Can I have an energy drink? Energy drink? She's boring me.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
Anyway,
Big
let
John.
me keep talking. You're fine.
No, you're right there. No, you're right. Don't put that. Just me. Half me in the front. Us in the front.
Oh my God. So I was thinking, well, at least I'm going to go in there looking cute and let's see how far I make it. So I didn't really have high hopes, but I was like, well, you know, I'm here for you, right? But you guys are full of shit. Big John Shadow.
With a big ass head. Oh, maybe my depression is gone. I'm actually laughing now. Anyways, keep going.
Oh, yeah, let me...
No. Go ahead.
fucking
I want to go.
heartfelt-
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So anyway, we start, and we had agreed before
All right.
we even started that you were just going to dip
Mm-hmm.
and then meet me at the end, which I was cool with.
Well, we didn't like decide it. Like we just knew what was gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, we decided that I was gonna run faster than
The
you.
conversation was that you were going to run the whole way, and you knew that I was not. So
Yeah.
you're like, hey, let's start together, and I'll wait for you at the finish line. I'm like, cool, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you just zoom right past me, right? Like, I was like, cool,
My
whatever.
titties were bouncing.
Yeah? Did you
Yeah,
get sweaty
I
from it?
heard in a couple clips where because you know there's a lot of the
flat?
skin. So well, first off, don't say it like that. All right,
Okay.
when I'm talking about my titties, don't talk about my titties like that.
So no comment?
It makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Okay.
I don't like that. It makes me feel like you're sexualizing me.
I do
Anyways,
that every day.
like when I was running, like it started getting sweaty.
Uh-huh.
Like a couple of clips, I heard like a solid like clap, like, and I knew what it
ASMR?
was because it happens at times. It happens like when I run, like I got loose skin. I didn't have a compression shirt on. I just had a shirt on. Fucking titties were clapping, booties were slapping, baby.
So you're giving yourself an ovation.
Okay, when you say jokes like that, it really hurts my feelings.
Well, you were just cutting me off while I was trying to give you like my train of thought, so deal with it.
Okay,
So anyway,
this is the last time she's on the podcast. Big John, you're not a new host.
when we started, it was an immediate incline for what, like a good mile? Was it? Or half mile?
Maybe it was like 80 steps.
No, until we went
Oh,
up the thing.
not the steep one. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, girl,
No, but
that
it
one.
was a solid incline, then it went high.
It started off it definitely started off at
Yeah,
incline for
so
sure.
the incline for me felt like a good mile. So the first couple minutes, I was like, fuck. Like my calves were already on fire. My shins were feeling funky, and I'm like, wait, why do I feel like this? Usually when I run on a little treadmill, like it doesn't feel like this. So I didn't think I was gonna make it.
She ain't
low-key.
trained.
Half ass. So then when
Small
we
ass.
go all the way, oh my god. So there's this like hill that you have to go over, and then you come down, and I'm like, fuck, am I gonna make it? And I do. And then the times that I would run is all downhill, only downhill, you know, because
It's like our relationship.
But there was all downhill for real.
I'm sorry.
Can you take?
I got
this serious?
my son. I got my son here. I got my ex here. I'm happy.
Period. After this podcast, we're done. Anyway,
We don't have to wait. You could just walk off. That'll be really good for the views. She walked off, storms off, knocks over the microphone.
and be like,
Yeah.
okay. So anyway, now I'm gonna get in my feels if you allow.
Okay.
Okay.
Here for it.
So there was
Yeah. If you zoom in on her face.
there was several moments where when I'm like running and then, you know, like when you want to stop because you're like, that's as far as I could go. And then like you keep pushing, right? And then I just start crying. And I'm like, holy shit, like I'm really here. Like the whole time I was there, obviously,
Yeah.
but it didn't hit me. And I'm like, I would have never thought that my body could do it. And then I was like, okay, I'll go a little bit longer. And then I had to walk for a little bit because, you know, I'm not built like that yet. But then there was just like so many moments of gratitude.
Hell yeah. I love it.
Because I was like tired. My quads were, also I was filling up on my quads. I don't know, people thought I was like touching up on myself. But I was like, ooh, I feel you, girl. So I don't know. So I was like, there was a lot of gratitude. And then like towards the end, like I just started crying. Because I was like, holy shit. It was only 5K, but like it really,
No,
it
don't
meant
say
a
that.
lot
Don't
to
say
me.
that. Don't say that. Don't say
No,
that.
because
Don't say
it's
that.
3
No,
miles.
listen, hear me out. Who cares? There's people that have, there's someone that passed away today that's never run a 5K. There's someone that's lost their life today from obesity that's never ran a 5K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't say it's only 5K because it's not only, it's accomplishment. You know what I mean? Like I feel like,
Well, I'm down. I guess I just downplayed it in my head because, like, even to me, I'm like, even this 5K, like, I would have never. It was never a thought, and
No.
I'm like, holy shit, I finished it, and then the high that I got from it, I'm like, I want to do that again.
see that right there, people? Are you listening? You see how she just got so emotional, how proud she was? When's the last time you've been so proud of yourself you got emotional? Right? When's the last time you've done something so good in your fucking day-to-day that you damn near want to cry because you're so proud of yourself?
And I did, and I
Right?
thank God that you stopped the camera once I finished because I was sobbing a little bit. But yeah, like now like I want to chase that high. You know, like when you get a food craving, I have a craving for that. Like I want to chase that next high, but in a good way.
Yeah, because before you're chasing obesity, now you're focused on chasing success.
True.
You know what I mean? Like it's a good feeling when you walk past that. When you go past the finish line, they put that thing on your whatever that thingamajigger bob in your neck, and it's because it's you. Your 2 legs and your brain earned that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just what it is. Like your 2 legs and your fucking brain is the one that earned that.
The only thing that
No one did it with
that
you.
made
I
it
didn't train with
impossible
you.
was myself.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Before.
you.
Yeah.
And the only thing that held you back before was you. You know what I mean? The reason why you never thought that you could do a 5K because you're never willing to you were never willing to put in the work to attempt to do something like that.
Yeah, and it was awesome because there was amazing looking athlete people that look just like me.
I ran past a couple of those
parents.
ones.
There was people that were obese that were just like killing it.
Crushing it.
And I was just so proud to be around all of them.
Yeah, it was cool. Well, I talked about this plenty of times before. When you are surrounded by so many people that are working to become great and working to become good, even if it's just for that day, it's like what's the word? It bleeds into you, but it's what is the word? Like it's addicting. It's addictive. Right?
Yeah.
You ever been around someone that's just always just in a good mood and just makes you happy?
That you kind of want to be around.
You kind of want to be around them more often, right? Because
Yeah.
your life's so miserable when you're around them. It's like you're so happy.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't know why. It's because it's like radiates off of it. It's like radiation. It's like positive radiation, not the bad
with
radiation.
with like super negative people, you're like, oh,
Fuck.
dang, you kind of dread like, fuck. I'm
That was
seeing
you the
this
other
person
day.
right now.
That was you the other day. I was like, hey, I need you to wake up. I'm already in a bad mood. I don't need you in a bad mood. I need you to perk up. I
Oh
need you
yeah,
to-
we almost fought that day.
we almost fought.
But anyway, so actually,
Kick you out.
let's go back to the 5K. So that was my experience, but it really like brought me down because I feel like your experience with the 5K was completely different.
No, don't let my experience
No,
bring
but,
yours,
like-
yours down because you've earned that. Like my experience is different because mentally I was in a different place than you. So the shoulder thing really has really been messing me up. Not so much now. Like so it took. Let me go back.
Rewind
So
the tape.
the shoulder. I live a life where I control shit. I live a life where I see something, I want it, I do it, and if I set a goal for myself, I reach it. So I've been very spoiled over the last couple of years. Earn the spoiledness, like earn this thought process, but things go my way because I make it go my way.
Right.
I work for it to go my way, and if I get told no, then I'll open up 100 more doors until I get a yes, and I'll keep putting the work until I do it. But I don't know, kind of this time around, the whole David Goggins thing maybe was speaking a little louder than usual. Is like, it's a lot harder to wake up in silk sheets. While also used to winning, I fucking forgot how it is to lose. So when that shoulder situation came on, and like the 2 or 3 days later, I realized it was actually messed up. Couldn't lift weights, couldn't deadlift, I couldn't do anything. You were helping me put my shirt on, you're helping me put my shorts on. Fucking next thing you know, you helped me wipe my ass, which one part of me too, when you were helping me put my clothes on, it was like PTSD of being 600 pounds again. Right? Even though you never helped me put my shirt on because I had no problem with that, but like it just reminded me you helping me in general.
Tasks, yeah.
You know what I mean? So getting into this, like, I stopped doing the shit that allowed me to become the person I am today.
You
right?
look lost for
you know
a
what I
little
mean?
bit.
I stopped tracking my food. I stopped, I didn't go back in, like, so when I tell you guys the story, stuff like this, don't ever think of, like, when I say go back to my old way, it's back to 600-pound Anthony, right? I don't ever compare myself to, I'm not doing as bad as 600-pound Anthony. You can't, if you do that, you're going to lose. You don't compare yourself to who at your worst you've ever been. You compare yourself to who you were yesterday, right? So you guys got to always understand that. Don't compare yourself to where your worst 2 years ago. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, because your goal is to be better than where you were yesterday.
Right.
So when I compare myself to what I was doing just a couple days before everything kind of got, went to shit, I wasn't doing any of that stuff. Now I wasn't indulging in food and eating fast food. None of that stuff. No, that's not the mess up. The mess up is not tracking my food, not listening to my sermons, not listening to podcasts instead. I was listening to music instead of podcasts. I wasn't doing the things that my daily task list that I need to get done. And the reason why I wasn't doing the things because that I need to get done is because I was using the shoulder as an excuse, as being poor me. And it didn't work out for me. It doesn't work out for anybody. So before I realized all this stuff, I started to fill a void. I was trying to fill a void. So instead of me going back and think about it, the things that I've done this last couple of days that allowed me to snap out of this freaking funk, and it's only been 2 days. I talked to Bisho on Monday. Today's Thursday, right? So it's only been, 2 days? Wednesday, Thursday? Whatever it is. Tuesday, whatever. It's been 2 days.
I talked to him on Tuesday.
Or Tuesday I talked to him. So today's Thursday. So it's not been a complete 2 days, and I'm already feeling, have I not looked better in the last 24 hours?
Honestly, way better.
And all I've done is done the right things. So if I would have just did the right things 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I could have fought off that famous word we talk about is depression. But I was only depressed because I was being an asshole of a human being, right? That's why we get depressed, because we act like an asshole towards ourselves.
Right.
We do everything that we shouldn't do, we do. And everything that we know we should do, we don't do it. Right. So when I wasn't doing all this stuff, I felt like a fake coach. I felt like I didn't want to make content. I stopped posting content. I went down a couple hundred followers. I was like, well, it's because no one wants to hear me because I'm not about it's all this stuff that I used to lose followers all the time. I gain followers. I lose followers. I get comments. I don't get comments. I get called fat. I get positive comments.
So was it like a
for the last
domino
year.
effect?
But it was a domino effect because I started noticing everything on the negative, because all I was focusing on the negative, right? Because I was doing negative. You are what you attract. You attract what you are.
Right.
Right. So I was noticing all the negative instead of focusing on the positive, right? Because I was doing the wrong thing. I started to go back into the old thought process of, being an idiot to me. Like, honestly, just acting like a pure idiot. And so instead of me going to repeat back steps 1 through 3, like I tell my clients, I was trying to add more to my task list, and I wasn't completing the things that were already on my task list that I wasn't completing.
Yeah.
Right. And how I want to kind of paint that picture, it's like you picking up a piece of trash, you taking a piece of trash from your hand to go throw it away, and you step over 6 pieces of trash, but you still did your goal, throw the one away. Right. So fuck the other trash on the floor. I seen that already. I'm just gonna throw this trash away because that's my goal, to set those trash away, not pick up the other trash that I've already seen
along the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So was I started to try to add more stuff to my list to try to fill a void that literally was right in front of me the whole entire time that I could have voided. I started picking up running all the time, because while in my head I'm thinking like, well, mental toughness, right? Right. So mental toughness. Let me go and start. Let me go sign up for a 5K. Let me start running a mile. Let me run 2 miles. Let me do my own 5K.
Let's do
Let's
hiking.
go hiking, blah, 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 blah. Right? Oh, I need to go to church. I need to go to church, and I'm going to church every Sunday. And, I need to change up my content. I need to blah, 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 blah. I had all this extra crap on my list, and I still wasn't following steps A, B, and C that allowed me to get to where I was today, right? The main fundamentals that made Anthony Lopez feel happy every single day for me to be a good human and me to be a good coach.
Yeah.
But I started filling in these voids. I was trying to fill in these voids, and by adding new stuff onto it. So when I was doing the 5K and I started the run, I was vlogging the whole situation, and I was when I watch a video, I was just there, just talking, not
Going
really
through the
bringing value to
motions?
myself, just going through the motion, not bringing value to other people. And when I was thinking like, man, like this 5K is going to, like, this is what I need. Like, this is what Andy talks about. This is what, Ed Millett talks about. These are what all, like, the people that I follow and look up to talk about, like, do hard stuff, blah, 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 blah. But I forgot this whole entire time, and including myself that talks about this stuff a lot, is that doing the hard stuff is doing the stuff consistently every single day that you don't want to do.
Right.
So the whole entire time I'm talking about I need to do hard stuff, running. I wasn't doing the hard stuff that was sitting right in front of me. So I was just adding stuff to my list. So I was like,
And avoiding the important
avoid
stuff.
that stuff, but let me go run. Avoid that stuff, but let me go to church.
Because I'm going to be busy.
But I'm going to be exactly,
Yeah.
right? My shoulders messed up. Poor me, right? So I crashed the finish line and I didn't feel anything.
we didn't even take a picture.
It was like when I seen the finish line, like, when you probably seen the finish line, you're probably like, damn, I made it. I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Me, I was like, oh, there's a finish line.
Oh, I'm done.
I'm done. Almost done.
Yeah.
Right? I'm almost done. Then you see me right past the finish line. I'm on my phone because I was going to try to film the thing and I couldn't get it open. And I was just like, okay, cool. They put the thing on my neck. And then my guy's like, how do you feel? I'm like, oh man, I feel good, bro. I'm like, but inside I'm like, damn, that wasn't it.
That wasn't
Like,
the
I
high.
still
You
feel
didn't get
empty.
the high.
I got no high. No
Yeah.
high at all, man. No high at all. At all. I was just like, okay, they gave, I go, cool. I got this medallion now. I ran my first 5K, but I was more excited for you to pass it than for me, because at the end of the day, I didn't, there was no, the void was still there.
Yeah.
But there was still a gap in that, right? So, now, do I regret it? No. I love doing I'm happy I did the 5K. And it sucks that the first one I didn't get to respect because I was in the right headspace. But when we do the next 5K, I guarantee if I'm doing the right thing, I'm going to feel what I'm supposed to feel this time.
Yeah.
Now, I'm happy that we did it, and I am happy that I got to, go into the situation. I'm happy I got to learn, because in order for me to preach to you, I have to go through stuff. I have to, a lot of the stuff, and I shared you the knowledge. It doesn't only come from like books I read or podcasts I listen to. It comes from the life I've lived. You know what I mean? Like,
From
that's,
experiences.
you're most best to help someone you once were.
Yeah.
Right. No one, I'm going to school for nutrition. I'm going to school to be, personal trainer. I'm schooling for, to be a life coach. None of this. I'm just giving them a whole bunch of money to tell me stuff from a book, but a book is not going to have real life experience with this stuff.
Yeah.
And even I fell, you know what I mean? And it sucks that I couldn't appreciate that run and be able to sit here and talk about how proud we are about ourselves. But I'm just being honest with it, right? You got to stop focusing on adding so much shit on your place and just trying to fill a void. But you're not going to fill the void. The void, the only way you're going to fill the void is doing the stuff that's right in front of you that you need to do, right? So if you know that going to the gym is easy, but doing your nutrition hard, then the void. What's going to fill the void is your nutrition, right? It's the hard things that make winning so good. It's the hard things, right? It's like you wake up every single day and you're the older brother and you have a little brother. And every single day you guys play a video game, but he's not good at the video game, but you beat him. Do you feel good that you beat him, or is it just another video game? You didn't earn it.
Right.
But if you go and your buddy comes who's a badass at that video game and you beat his ass for your first time after losing 50 times,
Yeah.
you're on cloud
That's
nine.
feel good.
That's a feel good win.
Yeah.
So
So the 5K and all the hiking and stuff, obviously it's overall, no matter what, it was a good thing, right?
yeah.
But I do feel like it's been like your Band-Aids that you're like loading up.
Yeah, and guess what now? Now guess what I did? Because now my freaking thought process of this is that now that I started doing it and I added to my routine to fill a void, now I have to keep doing it.
Now
So
you're keeping
I
it in your
I got to
routine.
keep it in my routine because I'm not a runner yet until I keep doing it after I remember I was like, I'm a runner. I consider myself a runner if I keep doing these.
What is part of your lifestyle?
When it's
right?
part of my lifestyle. So now I run now. Now I run normally. So so there's always a lesson from it. You know what I mean? And I was having this conversation with one of my clients yesterday, and I was telling him about me trying to fill a void, and oh, too, sorry about that. I was also, buying things, spending money and stuff. That's what led me into like, okay, like that was one of the things I needed to get together. Like, I can't preach to you guys about change your life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, but yet I'm spending like an asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm investing money into like my own, into like materialistic instead of saving money to go travel to my clients, like stuff that really makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Right? And I was talking to one of my clients and just let him know, I'm like, hey man, because he was going through a similar thing. It's so crazy. Like, man, it's such a blessing, honestly, that I chose to share that. And I'm not saying I'm a blessing to other people, but I'm blessed that I did share it.
Your experiences,
because I
yeah.
got to hear other people what they're going through. And I knew that like I went through something to help other people. And that was really good. Right.
Yeah.
That was really from it because he was going through a very similar situation of what I'm going through, feeling depressed because he's doing the wrong thing. I was like, look, man, you can sit here and go to that game, this game, buy this flight to go there. I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you right now what you can't do. You cannot pay to fill a void. You cannot pay for discipline, and you cannot pay for consistency. You can't buy that shit. That stuff is earned. You cannot pay it. There's no Rolex. There's no Lamborghini. There's no anything. Someone could sit here and give you a yacht and a helicopter. If you're doing the right thing and you're not living the right way, the way that you know you should live, that shit is not going to fulfill you. It's
You
not.
gotta clock in.
I went to church. I bought some cool stuff. I bought some clothes. I bought some running gear. I bought some new running shoes.
Hiking
Out
stuff.
here, went on vacation for 5 days, all this stuff. And I was just fucking miserable. Why? Because I was not doing the right thing. You cannot pay to fix the void. You cannot pay to fill the void. You cannot pay for discipline. You cannot pay for consistency. You cannot pay for any of that stuff because if you could pay for it, I think we would all have it. Honestly, because no one wants to work for it. But that's what's best about, that's like the best thing about this. Like, you can't pay for it. So when you see someone with a ripped body, or you see someone that has a solid mindset, you see someone that worked their ass off for something that you want one day, you're like, damn, like that's that dude. I want to be like her. I want to be like him.
I want to chase
Right?
that.
I want to chase that mindset because
Yeah.
that shit can be paid for.
Yeah.
It honestly, some might say it can't be taught. Like, you have to get out there and do it. I could tell you how to build discipline, but at the end of the day, if you're not applying it, it's not there. So that was my experience about the 5K. The event was a blast. Everything was absolutely amazing.
You met really cool followers.
Met really cool followers. Took a lot of pictures. Got to meet people from Instagram. But, my lesson from that is like, there's certain things that you need to do every single day to be good.
Yeah.
There's certain things you need to do to be great. And if you start losing focus on those three or five things that you need to do that got you to where you are today in the positive way, then nothing else is gonna matter until you're doing the right thing. That's just, same reason why, people win the lotto and they're homeless one day, they win the lotto and they're rich the next day and they're homeless a month later, because certain things, man, if it ain't earned, you know what I mean? It's just so true. It just goes back to the story about the remote control car. My grandpa bought me one. $500 at that time was a lot of money, and I treated it like shit, right? $500 remote control car, like a 14-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Right? With a $500 remote gas, badass. And remember, it was a HPI. It was a HPI. It was a Yoshimo. It was a Yoshimo car, and I just treated it like shit. But yet I became an adult, and I bought my own nitro buggy and truggy. And now that I'm paying for it, all of a sudden that thing is clean all the time. Because if you don't have skin in the game, if you don't know how it is to work for that, I don't know that car cost me $1,300. That's X amount of clients. That's X amount of hours. That's blah 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 blah. You don't respect it. If you don't earn it, you don't keep it. Like, honestly.
True.
So that's what I took from it. So I sound like being very negative, but I'm happy.
You were a really good sport, though. I
Hell
will
yeah.
say.
Because you know what? Now, something that I did keep with it is that I would not act like, I don't know, can we cuss? Yeah, we cuss.
I cuss
I
all
own
the
this
time.
podcast. I wouldn't want to be a little bitch.
Ooh,
Like, you know what I mean?
spicy.
Like, because one thing that what I feel, right, and I'm going to call myself, I'm never calling anyone else that, is that my bitch trait was doing something, knowing I was doing wrong, and then being an asshole to other people. So I refuse. If like I knew that there was something missing and I knew it was my fault, and I'm not gonna be mean to you. I'm not gonna be mean to Big John. Like even the serious conversations that we've needed to have during the time I waited, because I was like, no, like if I'm gonna be a bitch, I'm gonna be mad at myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna walk around with a smile on my face. I'm gonna show up to every Zoom call with my clients. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. And that is one thing that I'm most proud of myself with, is that no one knew that I was going through what I was going through. And that I'm proud of, because it is never anyone's fault for you doing the wrong things in life.
Right.
Don't blame your kids. Don't blame your mom. Don't blame your uncles, your aunts, your upbringing, nothing. If you right now are doing stuff that is allowing you to have a life that's shitty, it's your fault. So if you want to get mad at anyone, don't yell at your kids. Go in the mirror and yell at yourself.
Because you had them.
Well, who do they learn it from anyways? If you're mad at them,
Yeah.
learn it from anybody else. So that's one thing I am proud of myself, is I wasn't an asshole to anybody.
No, you're very encouraging, for
'Cause-
sure. Even I know that you made an effort to talk to our old bodies
Yeah.
and encourage. So I thought that was amazing. And even though like I did feel bad like after when I like soaked it all in, that I felt like you didn't feel like what I was feeling. I felt like you were robbed a little bit, so it made me feel bad. But you were so encouraging to me that I didn't notice it until after.
Good. And then guess what? I wasn't robbed from anything. I robbed myself, because it was my decisions that allowed me to feel that way. Right. And that's taking full accountability. That book up there. You know, it's accountability. It's taking accountability to your actions. And if I would have tracked my food, if I would have been the Anthony Lopez who I promote daily, weekly, monthly, year for the last almost 5 years, I would have had the same exact feeling that you had. But the fact that I started losing focus, and I for a second I lost my fundamentals and my morals, that was my consequence. Every action has a consequence, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I still finished though.
And we're gonna do
take that
another
as
one.
hear that one. I still finished, right?
Yeah.
If you take anything from that, regardless of what you're doing, it is your obligation to finish something that you started.
True. And we're doing another one in June for
Cancer. Shout out to my auntie Di. God dang, Big John,
And-
you're like 2 seconds late with these cameras, Big
and
dog.
other family members.
Come on, let's go. This guy, Big John, over here slipping. Hey, you paying this guy?
No.
Yeah, he's working for free. He talks to birds, so
Yeah.
I can't pay someone like that. But yeah, no,
Buy him bird feed.
and before we get into whatever kind of nonsense bird talking we get into right now, or after that conversation, right? Is I just want to kind of share some real quick. Stop trying to share. Stop. Oh wow, I forgot my own. Oh, damn. Stop trying to fill the void with useless stuff. Stop doing it. Stop trying to
Make yourself
hide your
busy.
depression with food. Stop trying to hide your true feelings about yourself with out and drinking and partying and all this useless stuff. It's all just a Band-Aid, right? Whether it be drugs, alcohol, partying, hanging out with people you know you can't stand, but you hang out with them because you feel like they're the cool people. Doing things to impress other people, being that person that people could come to at any time because you're always there for them, even though you have things you have to do for yourself. Shopping, swiping that credit card, fuck, whatever it is. Stop trying to fill the freaking void with useless stuff and start filling the void with the things that's going to fill you up and make you feel better. To know that you're doing the right thing, make you grow in the right way, right? That's what I've learned from this situation. That's it, you know?
Yep. That was a good one.
It is truth. Truth. Are we anything else? Was that it?
I think that was it.
Was that
But
sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered? I think Big John has a bird to talk to. You know, I got to edit this podcast right now. I got to go. I'm a busy person.
Wait,
Oh, no, I'm not busy. I'm sorry. I'm efficient.
I did have a question.
I won't marry you.
Oh, I don't care about that.
I thought you were going to propose to me right now.
There's like some new stuff coming about that I've been watching. I want
If it's
your
a good
opinion.
one, we're going to have to save it for a topic, for a whole podcast.
You know what? Let's save it.
What is it, though? Is this going to be our next? Are we going to shoot one podcast after this?
I'm down.
Okay, so what is it?
My
What are we
question is, just because of a lot of stuff I'm watching unfold, how you feel about people attempting to be a guru when they haven't mastered what they're teaching.
And this is Modify Your Life podcast. And if you want to know my thoughts on that fucking topic, where I'm about to go in, let it rip, potato chip, then watch our next podcast. We post on Mondays and Wednesdays. If you're on YouTube, we post on Mondays. No, we don't. Mondays and Wednesdays.
Well, Wednesday's vlog.
For our platform of YouTube, we post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Wednesdays are vlogs. And on Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere else on video and audio form, we post on our podcast on Mondays and Wednesdays. Hopefully soon we'll get into 3 times a week. But right now we're doing good with 2. We've been consistent. Also want to apologize to all my YouTube supporters out there because there was two videos that were uploaded on. I stayed up late. And got them uploaded on time, and I scheduled them. And there's 2 of them back to back that were private. So Spotify has got non-missed podcasts for a very long time, and YouTube I missed 2. So those I'm gonna upload those probably. I don't know. Sometime probably drop them, next week to dump them because they've already been on Spotify for over a week. So my apologies. I don't know how that happened. We just
figured that out last night.
Yeah, we're looking and they both say locked on it. I think it was like Love Your Body with what you're in, and then one more other one. But yeah. So apparently next podcast is going to be what? About people that have put in the work, but they trying to tell other people how to do it.
Yep.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. So this is Modify Your Life podcast where we talk about modify your life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and get out there and win. Get out there and become the best version of yourself. Get out there and become the man and woman your parents raised you to be. And if they didn't raise you to be a good person because they were shitty people, then get out there and be the person that you wish raised you.
Ooh.
Bam.
Bam, 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 bam. There's no way that this is real, man. It can't be.